Hello everybody, welcome to PreCentral.net's continuing coverage of the Palm Pre in video form. In this video we are taking a look at the 4 pillars of personal information management. It's been Palm's traditional strength all the way back to the pilot: calendars, contacts, to-do lists, and memos. Those are the 4 things that I think are most important for keeping your life organized. And so let's see how Palm does it. And this is my live real phone, so I'm blacking out my contacts. But what you can see here is as I'm scrolling through, there's a huge list, and then it boing bounces at the bottom. And that's because you can see the loading icon there. It doesn't load all of your contacts at once. I just have way too many. Synergy pulls in from all of Gmail's contacts that you've ever emailed. And so my contacts list on the Pre is just, it's gigantic. It's huge. And so scrolling through contacts in this way is totally unfeasible. You can't do it. So honestly, one of the first things that you're going to do on the Pre, if your contacts list looks anything like mine, you're taking it out of the dock. You're never going to want to access the contacts list manually by scrolling through to people. It's too much hassle. What you really want to do if you want to get at a contact here is you want to use universal search. So in card view or on the home screen here, you just start typing the name of somebody that you want to find, and I'll type in the name of my sample contact I've created. There you go, Joe Schmo. And so you can see when you search for Joe Schmo, it lists all the different ways there are to get a hold of him right there in universal search, or you can tap on the contact itself. And so you can see there's all the different options here. It starts with the phone number, then email addresses, AIM, and then physical addresses. And rather than hit edit, you can tap on the name at the top and you can link it to more profiles. And what that allows you is attach it to anybody else that Synergy hasn't managed to connect it to. Although in practice, Synergy's done a great job of putting people together. I actually haven't had to link any profiles at all. It's all been there, all worked very well. So that's pretty impressive. You can see that this one is based off of Gmail or Google, excuse me. So this is saved up to Google, and you can attach it to other services or switch the service that it's attached to. And so you can see as I'm editing here, there's all these ways that you can add all these fields, and then there's these extra fields. So reminder, this is pretty cool. You can type in a reminder here, so whenever you get contacted by Joe Schmo via text or call or whatever, that'll pop up. You make notes, of course, punch in a birthday, again, punch in family information, and so on. Very cool stuff. So yeah, you got full support for entering all sorts of essential information. And here I'm creating a new contact just so you can see how that goes. So you just punch in the name at the top, and then you can choose which account you want it to sync to. So you can see I've got 2 Google accounts, an Exchange account, and Outlook appears there because I've installed a third-party app called Companion Link that lets me sync over Wi-Fi to Outlook. You'll be very happy to hear that exists, and we're going to talk more about that in another video. So there, I just quickly saved a contact, and there you go. So that's the Contacts app. That's it works pretty well except for the messy huge list of contacts. But if you just use universal search, you can avoid the hassle and just never have to tap on that icon there again. Scurry it away. And again, I apologize for the black bars, but this is my live phone here, so I need to do it. I wanted to show you the preferences. You can set your list order, shows all your accounts that you're synced up to, lets you set a default account. You can add an account. Choose from one of these 3. With any luck, when they get past the launch, Palm is going to add more things for Synergy to sync to. Okay, now let's take a look at calendars. Contacts was a little bit of a mixed bag, but calendars is an unabashed success. It is really, really nice. Here it is in the day view, and you can see I've got different appointments going on, different colors for different calendars. You can pick which calendars you want to look at, and what's really cool about that is you choose your calendar. And, oh, hey, look at that. There's an alert. That's what a calendar alert looks like. You can dismiss or snooze. It is very big, but it doesn't interrupt what you're working on, so we'll dismiss that. Anyway, what I was saying, you can see that the other appointments are still there. They're just grayed out and in the background, so you know that the time is busy, but it doesn't get in your way of seeing what you're looking at. And it's a very similar view into both the month and the week view. There's the month view. Oh, here, let's go to the week view. And you can see that's the current calendar. There's the other areas that are grayed out and even lines at the beginning and the end of the workday. And then if you look at the month view, same sort of thing. And a really nice, cool little blue circle around the current day. That looks kind of neat. But you can at a glance see what's busy for a certain calendar or all your calendars. And it's actually really quite nice. You can swipe between days, and you can see here on this next day I've got that accordion effect, and what that is if you've got a lot of free time between appointments, it scrunches it up and you can just open it up to take a look at it. If you want to go in there and say add an appointment, and to do that you just tap on the hour where you want to add it, or you can go to menu new appointment, but just tap on the hour you want and you type it in, you hit enter, and bada bing, you've got yourself an appointment. and it's going to throw it right there in your default calendar. And your default calendar is assigned in your preferences. So we'll go take a peek at those. And you assign your first day a week when your workday starts and ends. That's not really realistic. Mine's longer. Anyway, you can set default reminders, of course, and default durations, all of your accounts. And there you go, default calendar. But if you don't want it assigned to your default calendar, it's very easy to fix. You can just open it up and here's all the details. You can right here set it to a different calendar. So we'll set that to my private calendar. And we can change the start and end times. We'll go back, add a location. You can set it to repeat. And they do offer all sorts of repeat options like weekly and custom and so on. And there you can delete the event. So really, and notes as well. So really full featured support for all sorts of calendaring here. Really happy. If you're not happy with your calendar colors, that's again another trip to the accounts section. And you just click on the calendar that you want to edit. And you can just change the colors there. And so we'll leave that pink, what the heck. And so that's it. Now you can also choose whether or not you want your calendar to be displayed in all calendars. So again, the calendar support in the Palm Pre is very, very impressive. I am got nothing but praise for it. I like it a lot. Tasks is another mixed bag. You can have multiple to-do lists, which is very cool. They basically act as categories. You can see my list of to-do lists here, and it will sync with Exchange tasks, but it won't sync with Google tasks, which is a bummer. And so you can see I've got my list of to-dos, and then there's a task on it. And it will do auto search within the app. And so if you're there, that won't work because I'm searching through my to-do list. But if you're in a list of tasks, you can start searching for a task, and there it is. There's the task, and that's really slick. So if you're looking for a task quickly, you don't have to scroll through everything, which is convenient. And so we'll add a new list here. This is a new to-do list, and we'll just call it a haha list. And we'll add a new task to it. I just hit enter to go down to that, so you can enter them rather quickly, actually. And go to the information. You can set a priority. You can choose which list it's going to be attached to if you want to attach it to a different list. And you can set a due date. Good that it syncs with Exchange. I wish there was a way to get this data off of here for another service, but nonetheless, we'll let that go. And let's continue on then and take a look at the Memos app, which also, I'm sad to say, is a bit of a mixed bag. It looks very, very nice. If you want to start a new memo, you can just you can tap the new memo there up at the top, and bada bing, you got a new memo, and you can type in your text. And you can tap the lower right to change the color of the menu, or the memo, excuse me. And that is it when it comes to categorizing your memos. They just have different colors, and then you can reorder them if you want just by holding your finger down on a particular memo and dragging it around. But there's no categories. There's only this ordering and this coloring. So if you are a memo fiend, number one, there's no way to import memos that I am aware of. And number two, there's no way to organize them by category. Now it does do this automatic search just like in tasks. So you can just start typing for a word that's inside a memo, and it will search within memos and find it automatically, auto filter them. So that's really convenient. However, look at this. Typing in memo in universal search brings up the memo app, but not the memo text that was there in my memos. Same thing with tasks. You remember I had a task called Switzerland, and that does not show up in universal search. So universal search, not quite as universal as we would like, and doesn't get us into our apps, into our PIM apps as much as I would like, our personal information management apps. So, and this is as good a place as any to show you one more app, the clock app that comes on the Palm Pre. There had been rumors there wouldn't be an alarm app on the Pre, but I can safely put those to rest. Here it is. Here's a clock app, and there's a really clever little analog clock, but I prefer the digital here with the flippy numbers. And alarms. You can have multiple alarms. You can give them names. You can tell them how often you want them to occur. You can set their times. You can set custom tones for them, and so on. So happy to see a real true alarm app. So there you go, the 4 pillars of personal information management plus an alarm app. Much more at PreCentral.net.